Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to look at the one, the only, the Nikola Jokić. We're going to discuss something not as commonly talked about. Often we hear about his passes, hear about his shooting, etc. We're going to talk about his shot faking today. In particular, how he uses that to control the defense, to get him open shots, to get other open shots, and what it allows for his overall game. Let's go. We're going to break this into three categories, and the first one is going to be the stereotypical shot fake. So Jokić, every time essentially he gets the ball in the middle, he's going to shot fake immediately. And the goal of this is to get the defender off balance. He's going to shoot it sometimes to keep them honest, but usually the goal is to get them off balance. You can see Chet left his feet right there. And what that allowed Jokić to get this first step because the defender no longer is on his feet, can't react the same way. And so Jokić goes again and shot fake again, and Chet again leaves his feet. And this gives Jokić the timing where he can be the one going up while Chet is the one coming down, which gives him the athletic edge in that situation, because even though Chet might be slightly more athletic just in the open court, Jokić being able to control when the jump occurs gives him the athletic edge because Chet is on his way down, so he can't jump, but Jokić can. One of the big rules I have on defense, I always tell defenders jump second, and Jokić essentially is the reason that this is so important. Jokić, again, he got to the paint, and now he's going to throw up a shot fake, and the defender leaves his feet, and it's not like that's a big jump, but simply having the fact that your feet are no longer on the ground means you can no longer move laterally side to side. You can't stay with somebody who does have his feet on the ground, Jokić. And because of that, Jokić gets wide open shots over and over again. Not only does he get wide open shots for himself, he also creates a lot of contact because of it. Because he goes, I'm going to talk about it later, the offbeat timing of things, but because he kind of does a little shot fake and doesn't shoot it immediately, it means that defenders, when they're aggressively trying to block shots, because he does this first shot fake, Capella comes out a little too close, and then when Jokić is actually able to commit, Capella's already on him, already has made contact with him, and now Jokić is the one going up, so he doesn't have to worry about the shot block and is able to get the and one. The reason why this is such a crucial aspect to Jokic's game is because Jokić is not the most athletic one on the court. Instead, he has to be the one that dictates when the athleticism happens so that he can control things. Okay? Again, shot fake, defender goes flying by, and that gives Jokić the inside edge. That means the defender can't contest the shot, and Jokić can use his body to get leverage where he is able to finish on the outside of the defender, and there's no chance of a shot blocking occurring. The whole concept that he's playing on is he's saying, yeah, you can be more athletic, fine. I'm going to take away your athletic edge and just make it so you're a regular person standing still while I'm the one moving. And that makes it so the defenders have such a difficulty guarding him. The second category we're going to talk about isn't necessarily the shot fake, but this is going to be, I'm going to call it off timing. This is essentially like when you would expect somebody to shoot a layup, he's going to go to a slightly different timing, and this causes the defender to have some issues. So the first thing is, as he's driving right here, he goes up and he doesn't shoot it immediately as he rises up to the top. He hesitates and he waits till he's on his way down. So that way, if Hartenstein was going to go up to block the shot, as he is right here, he's already on the ground by the time Jokić is elevating. He did a slow Euro step, so where he decelerated immediately, and that's made it so Hartenstein mistimed it, and so Jokić hasn't even started the shooting motion, and Hartenstein is already on the way down to try and block his shot, which means that Jokić has the slight edge, and he's able to rise up and essentially shoot over Hartenstein because Hartenstein's already on the ground. And he does this to great effect to try and throw off any chance the defense has. So here he's going to get by Şengün with a little spin, and then most players right now you're taught to finish with your left hand on the outside. Şengün knows that that's what people are taught, and so he goes with the outside, and he's trying to block it up here, like he goes outside of Jokić, and so Jokić, again, slight deceleration with the Euro, makes it so Şengün is going to be on the way down, and Jokić isn't even gone up yet. Okay? So he does that, and not only does that, he doesn't shoot with the outside hand where Şengün would have expected it. He comes back to the inside where there's no help defense. Brooks is not in a position where he's going to help, and so he gets an uncontested finish because of that. And you see some of these things with SGA or with other Jalen Brunson trying to draw fouls, but this is a perfect example because players have to meet Jokić with physicality. You must do it. And so if Jokić possesses the ability to shoot in an unexpected time, then that really helps, because if they meet that contact, you can also rise up to and shoot with a high percentage in the first place, and Jokić possesses that ability. And we can even see the same category on threes as well, not just around the rim. So Jokić, which is crazy they're running this for a post player, is absolutely nuts. That shows Jokic's ability, but they're running a pin down, so Jokić is going to be in the corner, and instead of just rising up immediately, as we can see the defender's expecting him to, he's going to wait till the defender's on his way down with the little shot fake. And so he doesn't have to worry about the shot block because the defender's already hit his peak and is on the way down. And so Jokić can rise up to a relatively uncontested shot because of it. And again, defenders being over eager to guard Jokić because he understands that he's the biggest threat on the floor. And so defender feels the need to close out and goes up to try and block the shot and should never do that. But he falls for Jokic's pump fake, so Jokić notices an off balance, and Jokić rises up to a shot, and the defender gets a piece in the arm. And then the final example, and this one's a slightly more nuanced because it involves a lot of layers, but we're going to see Michael Porter's going to kick the ball out to Jokić. And so the first thing is that no one closes out to Jokić, and this is one of the things I talked about. Jokić did such a good job of developing his ability to shoot on the perimeter, so they have to respect him. So eventually he gets the shooter to close out, and we're going to see him shot fake. And the goal of the shot fake isn't to shoot the ball there. Instead, it's to make the defender slightly leave his feet where he's going to take this step forward. And Jokić now has a slight edge going downhill, or has more of an edge than he would have otherwise. The defender does a good job recovering. However, this has some other bigger impacts. So one, because Brook Lopez sees that Jokić is now coming downhill and has a slight edge on the defense, he is going to provide aggressive help. So because he's providing aggressive help, now this defender feels like he has two players he has to worry about. And because he has to worry about two players, he keeps his eyes not on Aaron Gordon as he probably should, slightly more. And Aaron Gordon cuts to the rim. And it creates, obviously, a beautiful pass by Jokić. But this all began simply because Jokić created a little inefficiencies in the defense where he gets an edge. And he uses that to create a bigger edge in cutting players around him. And Jokić is able to capitalize. And that's part of the beauty of what Jokić does. It's not always the cleanest, the most beautiful, the most athletic, the best shot, whatever it is. He uses his brain to create better opportunities for the Denver Nuggets and for himself. Using the shot fake in the post, using the shot fake on the perimeter, and using his off timing creates so many advantages for him on offense. And he uses the absolute brilliant ability to make sure he stays on top of the league and gives Denver the absolute best chance to win every single game. If you enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe, and most importantly, have a blessed rest of your day.